What is up, YouTubelettes? It is Puddles1 here, and I am bringing you another Showdown replay. And lucky for you guys, because you have two replays, count them two, for you guys to watch today. So sit tight, maybe grab yourself a drink, because we might be here a little while. I didn't time this out, so I'm just kind of going off the top of the head here. But let's go over my team really quick, because this is an NU team. And the tiers did just shift, and I decided to upload. It's not like I did it on purpose, because none of these mons I think got hit. But I know Omastar got hit and Spiritomb got hit, but not Feraligatr. I'm pretty sure Feraligatr still, yeah, Feraligatr and Mesprit are both NU still, and they are both threats, and they are both on my team. But to quickly go over my team, we have standard Scarf, Rotom normal, specially defensive, or am I physically defensive? I think I'm specially defensive, Togetic with the Violet, and I have Baton Pass over Heal Bell. It works for me sometimes, doesn't work for me other times. It's really a toss-up between which one you want to run. I don't really have a lot of switch initiative outside of Volt Switch from Rotom. And especially with things like Raichu and freaking Seaking, whatever. With those things running around, I can't really freely Volt Switch. So having Baton Pass on this really helps, because I can get in on a lot of offensive threats. And I can often go out into Steelix, which is my next thing I'm going to talk about. This is Life Orb, Sheer Force, Adamant, Max HP, Max Attack, Steelix. And I do have Stealth Rock, Crunch, Iron Head, and Earthquake on this bad boy, and it packs quite the wallop. So as you guys will see throughout these two battles here, Mesprit especially offensive with Dazzling Gleam, HP Fire, Psyshock, and Healing Wish, just to heal up my guys if I ever need them to. Mostly Kanga, sometimes even Steelix, if there's a team that doesn't have anything that can deal with it. Standard SD Gator, and then I assume standard Silk Scarf Kanga. I run Max Attack and Max Speed Adamant. I don't know if that's standard, but that's what I'm running. Look at my opponent's team, though. I'm not really going to talk about the teams too much, but just looking at it, I know that I'm guessing that this might be physically defensive with Defog, is my guess. I'm not entirely sure. He does have the Gramble, for all I know, this could be specially defensive. Gramble could be physically defensive. It could be Assault Vest. I don't know. But his Primate might be choiced, and if it is, then I might have kind of a problem with it outside of my Rotom and my Togetic. So, yeah, let's just jump right into the battle. So, here we go. My opponent's going to be leading off with the Archeops, as I decided to lead off with my Steelix. I decided to go right for the Iron Head, I believe, because I don't want this thing on my field. It looks like a threat, and since he led off with it, I assumed it was going to have Focus Sash. So I see the U-turn automatically tells me he's choiced, whether it be Banded, whether it be Scarfed, whether it be Specs. I don't know what he wants to run, but I know he's choiced in some way because he has the U-turn. So I'm going to go right out into my Togetic, because I know I can take any hit that this Lumineon wants to go for. I don't care if this thing gets burned. So I just go for the Dazzling Gleam here to try and get some damage off. I don't do a lot, but I also do too much for being uninvested, So here I know he can't do anything to me, so I'm just going to Baton Pass out as he actually goes for the U-turn out into his Archeops, and then we just rinse and repeat turn 1 on turn 5, and I end up going for Iron Head again as he brings in Granbull, and this is an easy 2-hit KO, even after Leftovers recovery, so I'm not worried. I'm just going to go for another Iron Head as he makes the play he should have made in the first place and gone right back on to Lumineon. He takes quite the wallop from that. I debated whether or not I wanted to go for the Earthquake there and see if I could live a Scald, but I figured I shouldn't take my chances since, they were probably not in my favor. So go out into my Mesprit, and I just destroy that thing from half HP with a Psyshock. So that's how Mesprit works. And now he brings out this Behemoth. I don't want to take a hit from this thing. He does have Signal Beam. I figured he might, and I also figured that my Togetic would be the best thing to take a hit from it. So thinking he would switch out here because I thought he would be Specs or something, but no. I go for the Baton Pass, and I go out into my Steelix as he hits me up with a Psychic that does 40%, and then a Hidden Power Fire that does 46, so I lose that thing. And now I go out into my Rotom thinking I can take it out with a Shadow Ball, but no, I'm guessing that is Assault Vest, because I've never seen, I'm guessing he has 4 attacks since he's not Calm Mind or anything like that. So the switch out here is really obvious. I'm just going to go for the Double Edge, because it would have been a 2-hit KO on the Gramble. Going for Sucker Punch would have been dumb because the switch out was super obvious. The switch into Gramble was also obvious, so it's an easy 2-hit KO with the Double Edge, as I said, and I am able to take that thing out. So that's going to be super nice for me. As he goes on to his Primate, I still have my Togetic, so I'm going to go right out into that thing because I know I can eat up a hit. As he actually goes for the U-turn, which is kind of threatening because now he goes out into that Behemoth again. I have nothing that wants to take a hit. But here, I'm just going to pause really quick so I can talk about this. So here, I realize that, yes, I outspeed and that a Dazzling Gleam can take out the Behemoth. But if I do that, then I have pretty much no way of winning, seeing as how my win condition right now is going to be my Feraligatr, because my Kangaskhan's not fast enough to sweep, and my Feraligatr is the only thing that has a setup opportunity, and that setup opportunity is on this Behemoth. So don't look at this play that I'm going to make as a misplay. This is after many proper calcs. This is the play that I decided to make. I decided to go for the defog just so that I would die at the end of the turn as he goes for Signal Beam. I think he just clicked a move, because I was going to die to Toxic. He was probably going to die. But I get to go out into Gator, live one hit because I know I can, go for the Swords Dance, and then I can sweep the team. So luckily, I survived this Thunderbolt. And I say luckily because he's more than likely analytic and probably quiet maybe. But I know that I can take out the Primate from full. I can take out the Archeops from full. And it's the Raichu that I'm not sure if I can take out from full. But luckily, I get a higher damage roll and I am able to take out the Raichu, which is super good for me. And yeah, Archeops, like I said, is choice, so it's not going to be able to outspeed me or be able to live this with a Focus Sash. So that's going to be the game in my favor. That was a really, really close game. If I had taken out the Behemoth, like the threat that it was, I definitely would have lost because there were no setup opportunities for me. So yeah, that's that game. Let's just move on to this game here. I'm not going to go over my team. Because you already know it. But looking at his team, I'm going to talk about this guy's team really quick. Because as you see here, he has this Articuno. Articuno is one of my favorite mons. For those of you that have been following me since Black and White 2 came out, you know how much I love Articuno. He also has Torterra, which I don't really see that often. And he has his own Gator, which is going to be a problem. And this Spinda is really just throwing me off because I don't know what it is. Like, this team looks like it has a decent type of synergy to it. And then there's just Spinda. So, yeah, we're just going to jump right into the battle. So, here we go. My opponent's going to be leading off with said Spinda, as I decided to lead off with my Steelix. As you can see, I led off with Steelix both games, which is kind of weird because I usually lead off with the Rotom at least once. So that was weird, but I go out into this thing and I just go for the Stealth Rock because I didn't think he would stay in. I didn't think he would have Superpower, but he does. And then seeing as how he has Superpower, I'm like, okay, so he's probably like choice in some way. Nope. I go out into my my thing, and I go for the Volt Switch, thinking that he would switch out, not into Torterra, but into anything else, but no, that's not the case. As I go for the Dazzling Gleam here, he did have a +1 in defense, so I thought maybe I shouldn't go for the Psyshock because he would, be at +1, and it would do less is my, my reasoning for that. And then I realized, you idiot, you had Togetic the entire game. Why did you not just send that in? So now he's at +2. He's going to go for a +2 Ice Punch, and it's going to do massive damages to me. And I pretty much just fought her off my Togetic when I could have just went into it on turn 2 and done a lot of damage, but nope, that's not the case. Anyway, I'm going to go out to my Kangaskhan, gonna go for the Fake Out and take out that threat Spinda. So that was kind of weird, but I'm going to switch out here and go into my Mesprit because I know I can handle anything this thing wants to do to me. I assumed it was going to go for like a Protect or a Toxic or something, and I didn't really want any of that to happen. So I go for the Psyshock, and he protects, so cool, there's that. Now I know he's going to go for the switch out here into Articuno, but I know it's going to be an easy 2-hit KO because Articuno is going to come in, take half damage, and then I am max special attack, and this is a stab Life Orb boosted hit, so there's no way that Articuno is going to be able to live 2, even with like base 95 or 90 defense or something like that, but whatever, he goes on to Typhlosion. I don't really have fodder at this point. I need to keep everything relatively healthy, but I see here a pretty good opportunity for me to just set up, so that's what I'm going to end up doing. And actually, I lied. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here, predicting the switch out into Dragalge because that was a really obvious play. So I make the pretty good prediction, I think, there. And then predicting the Protect, I go for the Swords Dance. And you guys probably know from this that it's pretty much game over because Feraligatr is way too good. So Ice Punch is going to be enough to take out the Dragalge. Luckily, he wasn't running speed because I'm not running any speed. I'm max attack, max HP. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. Again, luckily, he's not running any speed or is offensive, and I'm able to take him out with the Ice Punch. He goes on to the Feraligatr now. I'm going to go for the Waterfall, I think? Yeah. And his superpower does 51% to me, which is a lot more than I thought it would do because it was a superpower. And he has Life Orb, I think. Yeah, he has Life Orb. But Aqua Jet and Waterfall is going to be enough to take it out as he's actually going to end up forfeiting this game. So that's going to be the end of that one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you did, leave a dislike and some constructive criticism. Hope it wasn't too long for you guys. If you guys stuck around this long, then you deserve this update. There will be more I Came to Play Pokemon coming shortly. Probably once a week, maybe even twice a week, but I want content to upload for you guys. I have been working on it, and it will be pretty fun. So that's going to be that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, love, and later, Gators.